To actually chart your run of random sets of data, which we actually call Monte Carlo testing, first of all, open Google Drive, and you'll want to create a new folder just to organize everything. And you go over to this button here and select New Folder. Give your folder a snappy name in the pop-up box. You will be shown a blank window, which is the contents of the new folder you created. You can either drag those CSV files that you exported from AmiBroker, or you can go over to the New button and say Upload Folders. It's often easier just to drag them onto the center here. Once those files are uploaded, your window will look something like this, depending on how many files you made. And they are not yet in Google Sheets format. They are in CSV format and will need to be converted. So pick the first one and double-click to get started. This is what it looks like when you double-click. It is merely a display mode. You can't edit any of it until you convert it. And the way to convert it is to click on the green Open button up here, and that will convert your CSV file into a Google Sheets file. Note that you'll have to do this for every single file, so it can be a little slow if you have a whole bunch of files. Now we see the data that we exported from AmiBroker. And really the only column we need from all these files is the cumulative profit one, which is right here. Just for ease of use, it's easier to just go ahead and delete these columns. You can ignore these ones, you're not going to use them, but it's faster just to leave them there. Once again, here's the column that we need, and it's cumulative profit, so that number generally increases if you have a good equity curve. Otherwise, it goes down. To select multiple columns, you click on the top of the column, the letter, right here, and then hold the Shift key down and click on the column to the right so that you've selected all the ones in the middle. You can then click on to the right of a column letter, and right about here there'll be a little pop-up window and you can say delete columns and then they will go away. And this is what we are left with in our first set of data. You will then go and open each of the other files in turn, convert them into sheets, and then select the cumulative profit column in each one and copy and paste into the main document. Here you can see I have copied a second column. We're going to make a whole bunch, in this case 7 columns. Here I have pasted all 7 columns into my spreadsheet. Now I want to make a graph. This is just quick and dirty, no labeling and no any fancy stuff like that. So I do the same, click the top of the column and then shift click to select all 7 columns I want. And then I am going, once I've done that, I'm going to click the graph button, which is right there. This is the window to edit our graph. For speed, we're just going to click the insert button down here. And here our graph appears, but I like to make them full screen. So the next step is to click in the upper right hand corner with a little drop down menu, and you'll be able to say move to own sheet or something like that. And here we have our final graph. As you can see, the variation in this system is not particularly great, even though we were only selecting one out of possibly several trades each time. In fact, the initial part of the trading period looks almost identical. It's only through this stage that we see some variation, but really nothing dramatic. That tells us that this system is not subject to too much difficulty with randomness.